다들인데 전에 주제 까무버시기 달러주던 제외관에 민세기 왕 저유인바래.
Tonight, I will be conferring the ripening empowerment based on the Guru Sadhana of the Mahasiddha Karma Pakshi.
다들이양 가르쳐다 다들 아무튼 양주 망버지 드린 대표 망버지게 아니 버실러주게 지 냠렌 냠레 나게 드레 망위 기르성도 드린 주산에 다나 신기야 같이 버실러주사디 냠렌 걸다 유여버데 망위 기르 다드린 주상에 망버지 슈 먹어버체 이나다디 I think
that many of you who have come here tonight are already practicing the Karma Pakshi, Guru Sadhana, and others of you know a great deal about it already. So in a sense, there's no need for me to say very much by way of introduction, but I will briefly introduce the empowerment.
다들이양 통 드네 까마버시티 드네 용자래야 까마부 군진이 벌무지는 게 알아.
Karma Pakshi is usually identified as the second Jawan Karmapa.
이나야 오늘 전에다 루규 난거 조름도 제베이나 However,
speaking strictly in a historical sense, it would be more proper to refer to him as the first Jawan Karmapa.
다들 간데르스나 까마부 투숨 캠베 걸리야다 까마부사 체인지 이 상생 소르지 상외 체인 소르지 되지 예브레 마다베 다 용수 차베 다지 마솔이야 까마부사 체인디 The
reason I say this is that his predecessor, the first Karmapa Dusum Chenpa, bore the name and title Karmapa only in the way of a secret name and was not publicly known by that name or title. There are many such instances of the secret name of the predecessor becoming the public name of the successor in the lives of the successive Jawan Karmapas. For example, the third Jawan Karmapa's well-known name is Rongjung Dorje, which was the secret name of his predecessor, the second Karmapa, Karma Pakshi.
까마버시기 제샤베 베스망비기 제장려야 런준도지 제베인스들이야래 가시에기 노르니 디 숨버런준도지 제베인바 노르고야래.
And for that reason, because Karma Pakshi signed most of his written works, Rongjung Dorje, for many years people misidentified them as writings of the third Karmapa, Rongjung Dorje.
대신도 레베 도지디 까마부 순비에 상생이바 디 시베기 용스타비 세네 규버레스 데야 순수도.
It's also said that Rolpe Dorje, the public or wide-known name of the fourth Jawan Karmapa, was the secret name of the third Jawan Karmapa, Rongjung Dorje.
다디 주골 망부지 아주 데리디 academic 가서 계제되서데 아주 시라시에 먹어지 다 리서치 되서 계제시에 먹어지 다 간다량 kama pashi gi kharsu arasana kaduineya mingyos chabe karma pas nga mingyos chabe karma ba yins che ma su ara.
I won't go on with this subject as it's largely an area for academic research. But in any case, it was Lord Karma Pakshi who first became widely known as the Karmapa, and therefore he often referred to himself as the one widely known as the Karmapa.
Pöla tribe ko thomar yonga tyang so kama pashi gi zitini de chungwa ji yimba she chogare.
And one could say that as he was the first widely recognized tulku of Tibet, the tulku system fundamentally originated in Tibet through his activity.
Te kandes chungbara shubina tangbu tsubi densa dezo kama begi wungyu gi simbe da chashirub de yares.
How did this occur? Originally, the plan was that the succession at Tsurpo Monastery would be a nephew lineage, starting with the nephew of the first Karmapa.
Ina kongi wombodi the kyaba kangba sa chungore the kyaba kangba sa di the gyuban zingen tizu da sebre kyaba kangba sa the lama jiro di gyuban zingen de kuzu chuba sha is chuba sha ne kyaba kangbe gyuban zingen tizu kama boshi wombodi seso
Karma Pakshi Wombo am dusunjema Karma Pakshi Wombo seson. Chapa kangba de lama shenda ke tsene.
Kyaba kangba di tusum kembe lam loma jire kyaba kangba di. Ina ta Quran da marda. Ina Quran ka gyuban zingen tisu ke chuba sho ne. Kama bashi ke wambo di seso.
Holders of the lineage of a lama called Chapa Kangba, who was himself a disciple of the first Karmapa Dusum Chenpa, so it wasn't that lama himself, but his lineage successors or heirs, and fought with the nephew of the second Karmapa, Karma Pakshi, and killed him or assassinated him.
Today me the teachers said then that wingyu in ziyade me chawi in dusane. Then drugyu in ziyage tendege that kama bashi ke tolia that drugyu in zin gombar the sharche shawre.
Because that eliminated the possibility of a nephew succession or inheritance, a Karma Pakshi conceived the idea or plan of an incarnation or tulku inheritance system.
Then ta dela drubaga yu gi chutub chembo. Then gyawa kun sambe gi loma chubje ugin badi then korangi ta kachoji tuji kugni samarwe tuji gi be kugni en subulia de chubje ugin ba kugni and chubje ugin ba demba tene en kongi yasi jama de chubje ugin be dawa gyabga ba de kana.
As the Mahasiddha Ujjenpa, who was a disciple of the great Drupakadri Mahasiddha Gozongpa, encouraged Lord Karma Pakshi to do this, then he was given by Lord Karma Pakshi, entrusted with the teachings, and also given the responsibility of the upbringing of his subsequent reincarnation.
Ranjung doji, Karma Sumba Ranjung doji, Gonglo, the Sum Shi Gablia. In Bay, I was genuine to talk on the subsi Galia, and it to Jim Ugin the Yone, and Koran Kama is Kama by Inse, the Kelena. To Jim Ugin be a Tapo Mangoshen. Then it Kama be Yansi in by Koran Lame Yansi in by Yeshi, Yene. Then it come then to Zishar Shumbre.
When the third Jawan Karmapa, Rongjun Dorje, was 3 or 4 years of age, he entered the presence of the Mahasiddha Ujjenpa and announced that he was the Karmapa, Ujjempa tested him in various ways, and through those tests gained certainty that he was in fact the reincarnation of his guru, and so he was enthroned.
Tēnī chūgū ngūnzīng kī tā kāndā kū chūgū ngūnzī chā tī ān pio kī nāmbā sāngī bē kī tīmū wā yī kēchū rū chā rī wā rē tēyā tēnī kāma bōshī tā chīlē chā xē rū jī rēs lā bē yī na mā rūpa mē bā rū jī tōng dū.
It's for this reason that I say that the identification of reincarnate lamas or tulkus, which is a unique or special feature of Tibetan Buddhism, began in this way as an aspect of the activity of Lord Karma Pakshi.
Tēn dāna shīng kāma bōshī kī tā chē wē yuñ tē sā rā tīmū wā yī kēchū jī kā rā sā na ngā rā pio lī yā tēnī tēmbā tōngmā rā sāngī kī tēmbā tōngmā rā tsū bē kāp lā wā yīng kī hlā bēn shī mū bē mā chūng nā dēn chāngā dē tēnī hlā sīng dūpa jī thām jī tā tū nē tā jī tū kā rā shū wē tū tāng zūn chū ngū sūm tū bē tēmbā zēbā nā shīng kī tēnī chū jīng kāma bōshī kiāng tēnī Qurāng jī gyā nā yuñ kī gōngmā sā mā rā tā yuñ kī tā gōngmā rū chā rā tā yuñ kī rā tā gōngmā kī gōngmā tā lī gōngmā kī yīn chīm lī yā gōng tā chū yuñ gōngmā kī chīm lī jā bē kā lī yā tū tā zūn chū māng bō shī tēn nē tēnī lā mā nyē nē tēnī lā mā rā gu bē kā lō yu bē rā.
Another unique aspect of the Mahasiddha Karma Pakshi's activity is that when before that time, in the 9th century, Tibetan Buddhism was first beginning to establish, the guru from Udyana, Padmakara or Padmasambhava, was invited, and it was he who tamed the spirits and local deities of Tibet so that the teachings could be properly established. In an analogous way, it was Lord Karma Pakshi who tamed or subdued the pride of the Yun dynasty Emperor Kublai Khan. When Kublai Khan sentenced him to 18 successive death sentences or sentences of execution, Karma Pakshi miraculously prevented any of them from working. Having witnessed these miracles, Kublai Khan's pride was broken and he accepted Karma Pakshi as his guru.
Tere ang kashi sarang Marco Polo din zamling da jushu ba nyara jin Marco Polo de gab di du san de kar jana lebe kadure de ji ta kong deb na lo le ya ba ji kar jure da pyoge lama dis magic de an ro de ko ki jer ji yus ta kan da kashi sarang kama bo shi je so di thong ye research ke cha nge jiang go cha ma kashi de su do.
Some people say, therefore, that the time at which Marco Polo visited the court of Kublai Khan and the time during which Karma Pakshi was present at it coincided, and that when Marco Polo wrote in his account of his travels that he met Tibetan lamas who performed great miracles, he was referring to Karma Pakshi. But I don't know for sure. I haven't researched the accuracy of this historically.
Kandariya Qur'an ki kama bashi ki da rangnam nalo le ya Qur'an ki rangnam nalo le ya ene kub di du sa ne gyana kongme ki chimje kanchi tang yo ba da chila tu be ki chimje rub tang che labar du di na da dukshun rub di meg nalo le ya da mela sabar che che mela sabar ne da kong le ya kala khabar chung che kub di du sa ne nizu ru kanchi chung yo ba and thar mela sabi ne me ne mo do de lo yu kurang ge rang ge chi sha ba de lo yu da yue de min bre.
In his autobiography, Karma Pakshi describes the performance of these 18 attempted executions, each of which brought him close to death, but none of which successfully killed him. Of these 18, the worst, as he tells it, was when they attempted to burn him at the stake or burn him in a fire. He had the hardest time overcoming that one, but nevertheless did so successfully and was unharmed by the fire.
어다들이 주사 진제기다 간다 까먹으시기 에다 남들 두두 좀 쉬네다 겁들이야다 까먹으시기 가르르지 러주 때도 민주르도지기 다나리 중화 라고로다 다나리 중에게 까먹으시 러주 뒤ቷ네 온구샤이브라.
Having told you a little bit about the life of Karma Pakshi and his activity, I should tell you that the origin of this empowerment and practice is that it arose through a pure vision experienced by the Tirtan Yonggi Minja Dorje in the year 1652.
대양 니긴고르데 가르쳐졌으나 야와져서 황아 조데 zesung기 긴고르 디르시야바치 디기 긴고르기 조데 까마버시 런이다 긴고르기 조신데바 디르지기다 가르쳐 러줍지임베.
In essence, this Guru Sadhana or Guru Yoga concerns a mandala which in nature is the fivefold mandala of Jinasagara, a form of Avalokiteshvara, but in form is a mandala containing all of the three roots. The principle of the mandala is Lord Karma Pakshi himself.
대양 까마버시 고랑기 수만한신 Tene cheres jawa jasu ta minyos tabe kamba pa ni ki par du gyuba yue ja chore me ja choba yins ta niji karshwe sumbare karasa ti karsun gorasana ta kama pakshi ta cheres jawa jasu lange paruraji mi gyuba yue na du me na du ngara jawa jasu yins ta niji ge xie na yin bi du sa ti gyunsen ta niji 공원에 다 동안은 긴고르기 조데 남준 제레스 겨와겨주 임발라 검들이야 되네 까먹보시니 되네 긴고르기 조에 되버데 고바견선 들으신스레.
The reason for this is connected to an often quoted statement made by Lord Karma Pakshi himself when he said, "You can consider that there is a lineage of other masters between Avalokita, Jinasagara, and me, renowned as the Karmapa, but it is equally valid for you to think that there is no one in between, no lineage in between us," which is an indirect way of him saying that he is or was the Jinasagara Avalokiteshvara himself. Usually in Jinasagara mandalas, the Chenrezi Avalokita himself is the principal, but here, for the aforementioned reason, Karma Pakshi is the principal.
대양 제레스 겨와겨주 랑아디 되네 주진 까먹보시기 다 간다라 라웨라 지 이담기 조를 짓는 게 유스래. 애들이 뒤 균zel 때네 다 조도다 상아 닝만은 수 유대 버지들이 있어요. 다 이는도 조데 까먹보시당 다나시 뒤숨 캠바 니가로 충뒤네다 상아 닝메기 다 패밀리 som으로다 김상아 총비미 뉴스다네 다디 균zel 때네 냠셰나도 조조데 겨와져서 랑에 다디 상아 닝만은 수 유대 버지지 임자.
Another reason for this connection is that it appears that the fivefold mandala of Avalokita Jinasagara was the principal yidam practice of Lord Karma Pakshi. This is a practice that primarily comes down from the Nyingma tradition, but because both Dusum Jenpa and Karma Pakshi were born into Nyingma families, they both practiced this and maintained it as one of their principal practices throughout their lives.
다나 신기 따뜻하디 야와자수 상아디 긴고르지도 저바디 고르슈비체 다나 신기 안 야와자수 상아디 저숨 자숨디 화 찔러 저바디 냠네이나 까마감자 초르도 수여브레 대한 까마버 숨버 런중도지 레마 규베 되네 세바미 저숨 지루 사데 하이 꾸직라 다가로 르구직라 되네 자와자수 상아 용수 줘봐 다든데기 가수레제 냠레나요 다든지 용수 줘봐 네 냠나요.
Having spoken about the fivefold mandala of Avalokitejana Sagara, I should also tell you that within the Karma Kaju, there is a special practice which began with the third Jawan Karmapa Rangchun Dorje, in which the five deity mandala of Jina Sagara is all complete in the single form of Amitayas. This is therefore called Amitayas, the combined sadhana of the three roots in one.
다들 망부슈 먹어제다 샴리아 왕 두스무시아레 제주사 왕 거리아 응네셰비나 왕도 다쳐봤어도사 왕거 된다 다쳐배 돈에 가르치기에와 에 내가 대다들 가르치기에와디 학고에 돈에 왕체비나 아니지 가서 왕도 다쳐배 돈에 다지 가서에 되네 왕 엄마들 토야를 쓰지 요래 다이네야 다들이 준비 상물로 미망모들 지셔야 상물로야 들이 지시 망고 제가 되던데 아버스 게임도 다들이 주산에 다 질럽점기 되도 질럽점기 천세도 다마 왕도 만들어 지기 알아 들이 주산에 이게 아주 저 지기 알아
that everything I've said at this point has been in the manner of an introduction to this empowerment. Now, strictly speaking, when an empowerment is bestowed, it's appropriate that every phase of the empowerment and the function of each phase of empowerment be introduced or communicated to the students so that they can really receive the empowerment by identifying the empowerment wisdom. However, there are many people here, so it's inappropriate to talk too much about such things. So I'm going to confer the empowerment straight through and receive it as a blessing.
대기한수지 까마버시기 냠내 예바스기 에너지 토라 라소세 지 냠내다 자르체 된데기 통준세위나 야버레스.
Those of you who are Karma Pakshi Guru Sadhana practitioners, please feel free to bring your experience of the practice into this receiving of empowerment. It will further enrich it.
다 까망아즈 기시야유스레 까망아즈마도 기시야유스레스마다 까망아즈마 기시미 다지.
I've got about 5 minutes to talk. Anyway, I have only about 5 minutes of talk left in me, so it's settled. I'm only going to talk for 5 more minutes.
안다리 가르쳐다 망보지 더들이 그냥 망보지 더들이 가르쳐 다리마도 투야용 가르쳐 계시야 고급으로 주나 양 유서 말해 안데 주산다 간다 다리 내려야 가르쳐 아메리카리아다 팅 숨버데 용아 고급데 다 유림부지 고제 아까다 다 유림부서버든 로 싱하지 제리아 신의 중부데 도스레 등 주산에 안다리디 디레지 라바도 안다리 마람 미지나 팅 미지나 다 나와니 리냐 치게가 영화 고급도 충분해 등 주산에 다 조치슈에기다 야가를 예배 다지 야 숑그 나로려야 다 간다랑 가소려야 겹겨르치니 다 정보든데 왕버시하래 제가 고즈기 겹겨체부터 대체 아주 대 용토로 두충을 해. 근데 주산에 아니 쿠란 솔레 다리 고급지의 뛴제 거린 제대로 차당 다가난 신기 아주다지 배숑래 다 배숑스 Central Tibetan Administration 다 카드 검사한테 내라면도 다 제단 디제 아들이 제사 상으로래 상회에 다지 간다 들이디 용아르다 고급르디 내라버지 마인바 튕게만 무슨 정도의 인도 구상으로 도시셔이
As there are no doubt many people here whom I won't see again in this visit, I want to speak a little bit. It's taken me 4 years since my last visit to be able to return here to the United States for my third visit. And it's the first time in my life I've ever been able to travel for a period of 2 months at a time. This opportunity has arisen through the generous support and kindness of many friends both in the Indian government, which has been extremely supportive, and also in the Central Tibetan administration. And so this opportunity I've had to be with you here in this country for 2 months has not come easily. It's come through the hard work of many, many people. And therefore, I want to publicly express my gratitude, my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has had a role in making this possible. Thank you.
Thank you. 다들 야가리아 통말 용고야 그 균zen업디다 미망부지기 단도인디 계지도 드디도 미망부지다 상거 망부지 다 교란 야가 용고 균zen 카레스 로중에 제라 양가 계지 드디도 땅에기 균zen업디 망부지 균zen 카시죠 다 디나는 나랑 얘기면에 다지촌지 균zen 시슈르부터 가르통 거래서나 에너지 치 개가 관리야 라와다 데베고안다 로켓 비아르치 다디 아다 그거 시슈르다 통고요래 아들이 비 인두스탄에 아니 소소 변했지 다 탁주를 제 노동 첨부를 제지 연구하고 그거 김세로도 데레 데레디 이비네다 로정의 링리아 소소기 삼바는 신지 마종래 이내야 통마르지 치겔로 하데 다 아메리카를 차디 야래 세상에 들으서 봤음 던주산에 에너지 경황 군주 주주베게 다지 믹스에 투모면 비지 투지 칠레브르 맨로 삼르치 다 간다 다 지단다 개가 과치나 저거 와다 고추가 다 이내다 고추스르디 아메리카체 텔라다 팅숨즈 레베 인두산에 되고 미세다 간다 데버지온디게 다 드리 데버 영아데 나라 주연다 체차we mai ba ngaran 주연다 주연다 다다 de kala khaba chega mar ba ta tene de ta zo di yawan ko gomege tuji chilap ta da na ji america yebege ji yawan ko goma da ji je ge da loma chege tendu mebe top tezul tene chongin ba ji ngaran uji shuye de ju sane 경황 꾸리주주 벌은 도시 수사 개야 말에 아 경황주대 드린데 배더다 로메소 로소 제 탐절이야 도시 샤이 고소해 고마티는 마미 당게 뜨즈디 탕거사다
Even though it's 15 years since I left Tibet for India, people, including journalists, still ask me why I did it. I had several reasons, but the main one for me personally was so that I be free to travel internationally. And that's why I made the decision to leave Tibet and to go to India, which is, after all, a free and democratic nation. During the past 15 years, my intentions to travel internationally have not been entirely realized, but nevertheless, the first nation that I was able to visit was this one, the United States of America. And I think this could only have come about through the blessing and special vision for this country of the 16th Jamwon Karmapa Rongjurik Bedorje. I don't think this could have happened through my own abilities alone. Through the blessings of the 16th Jamwon Karmapa and through the assistance of his many disciples, including many here, I've had the opportunity to visit the United States of America now 3 times. Well, I can't thank the 16th Jamwon Karmapa because he's not here, but I want to thank all of you.
다들 엄마들 예동제 팅당보 레벨 거리야. 전에 가르라서 다들이 베지 팅당보 임베 인자베 디 셰줄도 차이 시비차서 비지 시비차. 다 제마 용도 베 릴렉스 수인스라 당아서 기저 막고 시래. 니버들 레디스나네 주주디스 텔레 링어 비셔라디네 릴렉스 게임도 지고지고르제. 다들이 팅 숨바데 용베가 다 주주 링부지 Cherochis, the bear relaxed chain be abosco in land. That Tari Dawani, Dawani Kuran tired chatter, busy chatter. That rangers and that each segment that. That Kandariam Kashwe Tandu Dawani did Mandam Badovich, not enough Dovich that the Rajipachata gave us. And the dream you stand teaching the and the Mangobalia Cotray. And the read Chavasa or Chare, dream you stand Chadi, some Kanjitori, Mitrich again like Galayor. And Naraine that Tambo University is Mangoji Chinche, Yomba Inza. Kalekan, this exhaustive Chan, Yomba Inza. Yawachi Chunga on some Tangatus. They did the Comos of Shai.
When I first came to this country in 2008, because it was my first time, of course the schedule was packed pretty tight. And it didn't worry me too much because I thought, well, this is the first time, that's normal. The next time I come back, the schedule will surely be more relaxed. The second time I came back in 2011, I had a little more time, but the schedule somehow was not more relaxed. It was equally packed tight. So I intentionally made this third visit to the United States longer, 2 months, so that the schedule could be looser and I would have time to relax. Somehow, it didn't work that way. Even though I'm here for a much longer time, the schedule is at least as tight, if not more, than the previous 2 times, and I've been extremely busy. So I no longer trust that I'm ever going to get a time when my schedule won't be packed tight. Also, 2 months, while it's much longer than I was able to be here the first 2 times, really isn't enough time for me to be here in this country. So I hope that in the future, I'll be able to spend more time here.
That means I'm more busy.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Then?
But this time, I've been extremely busy, and I recognize that this has not only been difficult for me, but extremely hard for my very hardworking organizers. But I've been very busy this schedule, mostly visiting a number of universities. And so by the time I came here, I was pretty much exhausted. So I want to apologize to you all because I feel that because of my state of exhaustion, I've not been as energetic as I might have been. I'm sorry.
다들 나대에 지금 마음발이야 못위네 다 가르쳐 장줄이야지 가르쳐다 ahora date kamanga de US asa date mamusta shimika ada ring jusane ane yangge kya samrul ya dari de tuzu kranzu rintanji ngi tuzu dizu karshura da ji tangche de pebtele ya gawsta chus yangge tujena shai ya samlo ane kusu se da yo da ane kanji tole minya lamju yo mi de shai to chena.
Well, I've talked for more than 5 minutes now, so I'd better wind up. I recognize that your time is very precious, and the fact that you have given up so much time to come here, I appreciate very much, and I want to thank all of you for doing so. I wish each and every one of you a long, happy, and healthy life, and every possible success. Thank you.